The following video is a discussion of the Glass Bead Game, a book by Hermann Hesse. And what a lot of the books by Hermann Hesse are about, the Glass Bead Game, Siddhartha, Narcissus and Goldman, and Steppenwolf, a lot of them have a common theme of seeking perfection and immortality in a higher plane of consciousness. Um, and the Glass Bead Game, which was written around, I think, around 1943, and Hermann Hesse did win a Nobel Prize in literature for his writings. Um, what this book is about is and it also goes by another title called the Magister Ludi, which stands for Master of the Game. And what it is a synthesis of all of the disciplines, or many disciplines, such as philosophy, religion, mathematics, science, quantum mechanics, the mind, art. It's a synthesis of all of these to create a perfect reality outside of the normal society. And really, the Glass Bead Game is a play on words that, if the Glass Bead Game is played properly, it's really life and reality that you're playing. Part of it has to do with a focus and a concentration, and most importantly, imagination of creating a new reality that transcends everyday existence and really is not part of everyday society. It's almost this secret society that we've talked about in the past. House on the Hill was the analogy that we've used in the past, and this Glass Bead Game is the same type of thing. So in philosophy, it can include metaphysics, which is the study of existence and the perfection of existence. Hermann Hesse also was very influenced by Eastern mysticism, and a lot of his books tend towards that as well in his thinking. So in his religion, it's really Zen, Buddhism, and the Tao. In his mathematics, he equates mathematics with music. And again, this goes back to the synthesis. Mathematics and music, because music is really mathematical in nature. The harmony of it is mathematical in nature. So not only does it synthesize mathematics and music and the study of music and mathematics, but it synthesizes those together and takes it almost to another level. And I'm just adding this, possibly even to string theory, where the notion that the music, or the world, the universe, and reality is really this grand orchestra of vibrations. So it's very similar to that, and the beauty of that synthesized through the Glass Bead Game in life, in reality, in somewhat this subculture of it and existence, outside, again, of the general population, which includes negativity and mundaneness and and all of the things that are associated with everyday society. This transcends this. Um, I'm adding some of these. This was written back in 1943, but science and quantum mechanics. I'm adding quantum mechanics here in my list of the glass bead game because I do practice and play this game and believe in this in what I've termed my house on the hill. Um, Quantum mechanics is important because a lot of its principles are counterintuitive to everyday existence. In the everyday Newtonian world, you have cause and effect, determinism, whereas in quantum mechanics, you have chance and probabilities and laws which seem to go against common sense, especially as it relates to space and time, how the mathematical equations will work forward and backwards. We talked about the double slit experiment and the delayed choice experiment that really, at a fundamental level, the present is creating the past, whereas in the deterministic cause and effect common sense view of the world, all the past is creating the present and the future. So this is a different way of looking at things. At the foundation of all this is the mind and the imagination. Through the double slit experiment and the collapse of the wave function, and the delayed choice experiment, in which particles behave in a certain way even if a human mind had the opportunity to perceive them. Even if they weren't perceived, but if they did have an opportunity to perceive them, particles behave in a certain way. They collapse and become realized. So the mind has an extremely unique place in the universe. It is outside of the material world, in my opinion. It's within it, but it is this soul, spirit, uniqueness, as I forget who stated it, but that we may be the only beings in the entire universe that have a mind that can appreciate and conceive of itself. So this mind has an extremely unique position in reality, beyond even the fact that through the double slit experiments, that matter is created through the perception and the quantum wave collapse by the human mind. Art, again, it joins in this synthesis of the glass bead game. Art, in its finest form, it cannot be defined. It transcends reality, and it is not limited. Good art is not limited. A good artist and a good work of art has many meanings and possibly unlimited meanings to it and beauty to it. Theater and film, through theater, similar to My Dinner with Andre and Andre Gregory, his attempt to create reality, again, through the glass bead game, this type of thinking, using creativity and the imagination to create scenarios of feeling alive and experiencing the world at a much higher level than the mundane, everyday existence that many people go through. Wally in the My Dinner with Andre when they were talking about somebody climbing Mount Everest and that uniqueness of becoming one with uh, the event and losing the self. Wally, in a humorous way, asked, "Well, can't I perceive reality just by sitting in my apartment? Isn't that the same reality? And isn't there the same awe with that of sitting there and drinking a cup of coffee as well?" And it is. Um, but many people don't view it that way. Again, we have this limited existence on Earth where every moment, every day is extremely important because upon death you become nothing. Yeah, so that makes each moment extremely important, and to appreciate that. Film is interesting. Film is created in a discrete manner, similar to the way we view the world. So it's similar to the arrow paradox, that all the slides in a film are still shots, and then we create the illusion of motion. So I find that interesting. So film and theater, you're able to create through visuals and through a script and through words. Um, Good movies that I enjoy have this um, uh, philosophy and metaphysics and participate in the glass bead game. Truth. Um, all of this, the glass bead game and the fantasy of playing this game, is seeking the truth and creating the truth, really. Um, it seems that there is no overriding truth to the entire universe, and we cannot understand it through the human mind. But through the glass bead game, we can create a truth and a reality for ourselves. This Superman, Overman type of um, thinking that Nietzsche talked about. Also in Steppenwolf of Hermann Hesse's, uh, he talks about the immortals that are uh, over and above average individuals. Um, God is part of this, of course. Uh, the the grace of God, that we are able to enjoy this wonderful existence. Again, there is no proof that God exists, or somebody recently said, it might have been Seth Lloyd, that said, what's interesting about God is that everybody has a different definition of him. And I kind of find that amazing, that we all worship and appreciate nature and God and different things in our own mind. And part of the glass bead game does that as well, through mysticism, the study of the soul and the self, um, potential, obviously, being so important. Uh, in the double slit experiment, what does it mean to have potential tied to our destiny, um, our existence, having a potential existence, and then our destiny, that actual existence that is created through the glass bead game. Existence through eternity, being being eternal, and we are part of that. Um, Possibly the mind, but the essence of a being is part of this totality that is eternal. Whether the mind or the ego is conscious of that, we don't know. But certainly, being itself and the part um, that we are um, a part of this grand accident, this grand existence. And we know we're a part of all of existence through the scientific proofs of um, entanglement and gravity. All matter is affecting each other at all times. So there is this communication and um, oneness with all of reality. And we always seem to go back to the ego and the self. And in my glass bead game, I'm very um, singular in my beliefs. I like to talk and share ideas with people that believe in these ideas and not the mundane um, ideas and discussion that evolve around day-to-day existence. So just other things, all part of the glass bead game. Um, our knowledge, improving it every single day. This is an art. This is your life. This is your glass bead game. This is your work of art. And you give it purpose as you want to define it. And that even if there isn't a grand purpose to the entire universe in a traditional sense that we can understand, we can certainly give purpose to our lives and the glass bead game as we play it. Space and time, all of our um, experiences and knowledge and discussions all occur within space and time. And so that's just given. That's just the way it is, the way the human mind experiences the universe. Freedom is so important. You have artistic freedom by playing the glass bead game because you're free from ridicule or limits or um, mundaneness. I keep going back to that word, but you're completely free within the glass bead game, this secret society house on the hill, to pursue your destiny to its highest potential as you see it. So this is all part of the infinite world. Um, Nothingness, referring back to, is there an overall purpose to the universe? Um, we've talked so many times of Euclid's foundation in mathematics, um, Gödel's incompleteness theorem, that there is this nothingness or this transcendence outside of matter, existence, space, and time that seems to be the foundation or reason um, or explanation of the truth. And then this goes back to this yin and yang of being and non-being, space, time, and non-space time, and all of this fitting together as as just the way the universe is put together. Also, good and evil. Why is evil exist, as we've talked about so many times? Life and death, again going back to yin and yang, all being part of this eternal being. Physics and science, as we move forward as a society, is changing our lives so much that we can make videos like this, and we have TV and cell phones and Google at our disposal and everything. Life is so wonderful and easy right now that to enjoy every single day of it. um, Determinism and chance. In the real world, we're all part of this Newtonian type world, but then there's elements of chance, and there is this freedom through our mind that we're able to do the things that we want to do. There is majesty and the miracle of existence, as Isaac or as Einstein stated. You could either live your life as if nothing is a miracle or that everything is a miracle. And that is the way I think you should live in the glass bead game. The majesty, the awe, the miracle of this being that is right before us. Again, tying back literature, great works of art by Hermann Hesse and all the other books that I've read, and all this gets synthesized, all of the great thoughts into the way that I think in the life that I'm living through the glass bead game, in really this fantasy, this dream life that I'm experiencing. I'm evolving through my biology and my magic and my spirit in my life in the real world, playing the glass bead game.